So again, my name is Lisa Van Theo. I'm with the Early Childhood Council. I'm just going to have people go around really quickly and see who's here because that may play a role in how I go about conducting moving from here. So Nicholas, you're with camp. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We're really glad to have you. Love that background.
Thanks.
Molly with the library, correct? Just want to acknowledge I do know some folks. Margaret, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for hosting this fair tonight. So happy to be part of it. I'm Margaret MacDonald, CEO of Clarendon Early Education Services. We're a family childcare system.
Thank you, Margaret, for coming tonight. Margaret Mahoney, do you want to introduce yourself?
Perfect, following Margaret MacDonald. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you great. Thank you.
Oh, good. My last Zoom call, my mic didn't work or whatever. Thank you. Yeah, Margaret Mahoney, Clinical Director at the Thome and Sullivan Early Intervention Programs.
Great. Jackie Harrington?
Hi, I'm Jackie Harrington from Community Teamwork.
Great, thanks for coming, Jackie. Amanda?
Hi, everyone. I work for JRI, the Young Parent Support Program out of
Excellent.
Chelmsford and Lowell site.
Thank you for coming. Laura, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Laura Valdez, and I am the CFCE coordinator for the Lowell Public Schools Early Childhood Department.
Andrea?
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself for a second. I'm Andrea Marinelli. I'm one of the supervisors at South Bay Early Intervention in Lowell.
Thank you for coming. We're glad to have you. Kim?
I'm Kimberly Simino. I'm the executive director at Little Sprouts at Crosspoint.
Great. Lucas, good to see you.
Hi, good evening. Lucas Gorcheski from Acre Family Childcare.
Susan, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Susan LaCroix from Lowell Public Schools Early Childhood Department.
Great. Jackie Harrington? We'll go on. Oh, there she is.
Sorry, I had to step out for a second.
That's okay. And you introduced yourself, Jackie. I'm sorry, the squares around. Jessica, do you want to introduce yourself from Girls Inc.?
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm the outreach director at Girls Inc. of Greater Lowell.
Great. Okay. And Lydia?
Hi, I'm a parent attending this session.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you. Jennifer Cody?
Hi, I'm Jen Cody, the school liaison at the NFI Family Resource Center.
Excellent. Thank you, Jennifer, for attending. And Megan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm the director of the WIC program in Lowell.
Okay. And Jennifer?
I'm logged on to my wife's computer.
I figured that, but I didn't know what else to say.
Stephen, I'm a parent in Lowell.
Well, welcome. We're really glad to have you. Thank you for coming. All right. My co-host should join shortly, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Laura, it doesn't look like there's any Spanish speakers, so I'm going to have you help me along the way, okay? All right. Just going to share my screen. And I think we're good to go. Can you make Susie a co-host in an emergency situation? Jeffrey, or do I need?
You need to do that.
All right, I'm gonna quickly do that. Suze, make you a co-host if you don't mind.
Of course. Sorry, I muted myself. Always forget to unmute.
So Susie will do that. And can people see the PowerPoint now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Just gonna get it to the slideshow. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge my colleagues that helped me to prepare for this presentation and put together some of the slides. So I'm going to welcome all of you, families and colleagues. I do hope that our colleagues, when it comes to their things, will share their information. Deb Dobbins from the YMCA, she should be joining us soon. She's actually in traffic. Tracy Looney from CTI and myself really worked together to pull this presentation together as part of the Lowell Early Childhood Council. We want to answer as many questions for families in particular while we have all of our partners here today to present. So please, parents, put things in the chat or just speak out. I'm not going to be able to see everybody's faces. So you're going to need to just speak up or put things in the chat. And at the end, we'll make sure that we go through all of the questions on the chat. But again, welcome and thanks for coming. So what we really wanted to talk about is choosing early education and care or school age program is really about finding the right fit for you and for your family and for your child. We are really here today to help you know about all of the resources that are available in Lowell, for you. So if you're looking for before school, after school, summer camp, extracurricular activities, programs for young children, birth to 3, we wanted this to be a one-stop shopping for you. And this is our first time ever trying to do this remotely versus our community fair that we hold each year. So finding the right fit, really, what are the factors that you consider in selecting early education and care? Do you need full day, half day, full year, summer only, hours, distance from your home, transportation? All of those things are really important to consider when you are choosing a program for your child and for your family. Tracy Looney, if you're here, you can pick up, or Deb at any time. So one of the things that we thought was important to share is sort of what are the factors that research tells us are important to look at for choosing quality care. It's looking at the interactions, and we just completed a parent survey, which we'll be sharing shortly. Our council will be reviewing it and then releasing it. Parent relationships matters, and that showed up a lot in the survey. So positive relationships with their teachers, sensitive educators, and educators that are responsive to your child's needs. Also thinking about the quality of instruction, what's the background knowledge or the educational knowledge of the caregivers in child development, the quality of feedback, the language modeling that's provided. Classroom organization, finding out about the behavior policies of the program. Is it a predictable environment? Ask about the daily schedule and what kinds of activities. Is there a range? Is there a balance? Are there quiet activities and active activities? And thinking about how that matches to what you're looking for your child. I think most of the programs have opportunities for parent leadership. Lowell Public Schools has the school site council. Many of the programs have advisory councils or parent committees that you might want to participate in or advisory boards. We welcome any parents to join the Lowell Early Childhood Council. We're always looking for parents. There's also a CFCE advisory council and many ways to volunteer. So that's also something that you may want to ask about in any of the programs that you're thinking of. So really, it's about selecting the right fit for yourself in the long run. You wouldn't go on a long distance hike wearing a high heel shoe. So make sure that the program that you're picking really meets what your family's needs and goals are for your child. So thinking about the purpose and the goals for participation, and that making sure that the destination that you want to have your child achieve in their social, emotional, language, cognitive development are being met in that program. So making sure that you're selecting the program that fits your family. So there are many programs for children that are birth to 4 years old. And I'm gonna pass it over to Laura Valdez for a minute to talk about some of the CFCE pieces that are on here, and then she can pass it along to our early intervention partners. Laura, do you want to talk about the CFCE programming?
Yes, thank you, Lisa. So one of the programs that we have is our play groups. We usually run about 5 or 6 play groups throughout the week, once a day. They are held and conducted with support languages. So we have some with Khmer support, with Spanish support, or in general with multiple language support for families. They're usually held from right now from 10 to 11 in the morning, and they're running virtually, but if we were, when everything goes back again, then we would be in person, and they're usually held at locations throughout the city of Lowell where everybody can participate. So we also have our Parent Child Plus program. This program, it's based on home visits, and the home visitor comes out into your home 2 times a week for 30 minutes. And the home visitor provides a book or a toy every week for the child to keep at home. And the home visitor works with the parent and the child to support early learning education and to support the parent-child relationship. So those two, we're currently actually recruiting for Parent Child Plus for our next year. So this is a good time to spread out the voice and encourage families to come and join our Parent Child Plus program. And playgroups are running throughout the year. We have our winter playgroups running right now, and anyone can join at any time. So if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to me, Laura Valdez. I'm at the early childhood department, the Lowell Public Schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you want to start and then pass it along?
Hi, everyone. Get Margaret Mahoney from Thome and Sullivan Early Childhood Programs. So at Ann Sullivan, our larger program, our bigger program is early intervention. Many of you may be familiar with it. It's focused on working with families of children ages birth to 3 who either have or are at risk for having developmental delays or disabilities. Although right now we're doing telehealth, we planned on returning to home visits a little bit later on this spring. So it is a home visiting program, really focused on building the parents' confidence and competence and supporting their child's development. So although we have a focus on children, the larger focus is on supporting the families to be supporting the children's development throughout the week. A full range of different disciplines are represented, including PT, OT, physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, social workers, counselors, nurses, educators, who are all folks who would be working with families. And then we also are currently offering a lot of virtual parent-child groups, and we're hoping eventually we'll be returning to parent-child groups at our center or at other sites. So we're looking forward to that. In terms of linguistic capacity, we have direct service staff who speak the primary languages of the community. And then for the more rare languages, we tend to use interpreters. So that's our larger program, but then we also have an early intervention parenting partnership program which is focused on working with pregnant women who might be experiencing some stressors or risk factors and their infants. That's more of a maternal child health program staffed by social worker, nurse, and community health workers. They can follow families and children up to age 1. Again, that's virtual now, and we hope to return to home visiting soon. And then our third program is called Welcome Family. Welcome Family is a free one-time nurse home visit to any mom who delivers at Lowell General or who lives in Lowell. And that's just staffed by a nurse. And she generally gets out within a couple weeks of the delivery of the baby to provide education, support, resources, just addressing, you know, a lot of the new baby, new mom kinds of issues. And so that's a quickie on our programs.
Great. Andrea, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, just that, so I'm Andrea. I'm from South Bay Early Intervention, which is a program very similar to Ann Sullivan. We are also doing the birth to 3 services. Start out usually doing developmental assessments for children with potential developmental delays. Majority of our services right now are virtual, but we have been doing some in-person visits. They get approved through our compliance department, just making sure, you know, staff pass a health screening, we bring PPE and everything like that. We usually are able to do at least an in-person evaluation and then be able to go from there, determining like the needs of an in-person session. But a majority of our services are telehealth, but we are doing that in-person piece as well. We are doing virtual groups, both for parents and then also for children, and hoping to do more groups once everything is sort of back to normal. And for our language capacity, we do have clinicians who speak fluently Spanish and Portuguese.
Molly, do you want to talk about the library and your groups?
Yes, I would. Thank you. So at the library, we are currently, staff is in the building, but we are closed to the public. But we do have curbside pickup so that you can contact us via telephone or online, and we will set materials aside for you. We also have, people probably don't know this, but we do have downloadable ebooks and e-audiobooks for grown-ups and kids that you can download right to your device. And we are offering different programs. If you check our calendar, we do have on Fridays, we are doing a virtual Mother Goose story time. We are also having an author visit. We are doing online virtual baby yoga and virtual family yoga as well. And we will be on March 1st. People can make an appointment to come into the library to do very limited things. There is no browsing. Children's department is closed, but you can call and make an appointment to get a library card, to pick items up that you have reserved, to use a computer, a copy machine, a fax machine, pay off fines on your library card. We have a limited amount of slots per hour. It is just 1 hour for an appointment. You can only make 1 appointment per day, but that'll be happening on March 1st for that. So please do check. And like I said, even now, we always have somebody in the building, so we can always be contacted. So if parents want us to set materials aside for their child and they have a library card, at least the parent does, we can set those aside because we have curbside pickup, where we'll set the things aside for you, check them out, put them in a bag, make an appointment for you to come, and we bring them right out to you. And we'll still continue that even once we are quote unquote open with those appointments.
Great. Thank you. Is there anybody from Head Start who wants to briefly speak about early Head Start? Or do you want to talk about that with the family child care? Okay, gonna move forward. So things to consider. Deb, this is you.
Some things to consider when selecting a program. Curriculum assessment and diversity are very important. And nowadays, safe, healthy indoor and outdoor environments are extremely important. The workforce qualifications of your educators, family and community engagement, and leadership management and administration. Curriculum assessment and diversity, that includes the assessment of the children that we serve. Our staff, or everybody's staff, is not considered a babysitter. We are considered educators, and it's extremely important to understand that. We make sure that we educate your children the best way we can. The programs, the CPPI programs, they use the Lowell Public School curriculum, and I would assume that other centers or family childcare have their own curriculum that they implement with the children. A lot of these places will use assessments, which is extremely important, whether it be the ASQ, their own type of progress reports. So it's an extremely important thing to make sure you look at that when selecting a program. As far as safe, healthy indoor and outdoor environments, right now with COVID, safety is extremely important. So when questioning a program, I guess the best thing to say would be, ask them what their policies are. Do they allow people in the building? Do you social distance? Are children required to wear masks? All of those are very important questions. And being outdoors, do the kids need to wear their masks outdoors? Do they social distance outdoors? All that kind of stuff is very important. And right now, the big important thing is that EEC is providing PPE to a lot of these agencies. So masks are being provided for your kids and gloves and everything else. Workforce qualifications, the staffing. Do they have bachelor's degrees? Do they have associate's degrees? Are they teacher certified? Do they have CPR and first aid? And all those things are very important when looking at quality childcare. Family and community engagement, another aspect. Do they have parent focus groups where parents can get involved? Do they do events with the families? I know now it's difficult because you can't have the indoor aspect, but I mean, my program recently did a great Zoom project with the kids, so it was very exciting. Leadership, management, and administration. Well, how is the administration that runs the program? Are they willing to work with you, whether it be the price or the number of days of the week, stuff like that? I mean, all this stuff is very important when selecting a program.
Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome, Lisa.
So here's just a brief list of some of our partner programs that are in the CPPI and throughout the community. Again, if you need any more information, you can also go to the Department of Early Education and Care's website or the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's website to find more information on specific programs. You can also reach out to Laura Valdez, who is the coordinator family and community engagement coordinator, and she'd be happy to direct you to any programs that you might want some more information on. I'm going to pass this over to Lucas, and he can start his group off. Lucas, is that okay? Pass it off to you.
Sure, that's fine. Thank you, Lisa. Do you have the slides I sent over?
I do.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So I'm happy to be joined here with some of my colleagues. We all work at different organizations. And really what we're here to share with you is what is family childcare. Some people are less familiar with it or have misconceptions about it. So this first slide, I just want to go over things on here. Family childcare programs are run from the homes of educators. All programs are licensed by the Department of Early Education and Care. Enrollment is typically between 6 and 10 children, so a much smaller program that you would find at a school or a center-based program. Ages of children can range from infant to school age, so it is not just for babies. I know for my program, we have about a quarter of our kids are school-age children. So lots of kids entering preschool, kindergarten, or early elementary. You may still need before school care, after school care, or a place for your child to be, during vacation weeks and certainly during the summer. And one of the really neat things about family childcare is there are about 200 family childcare programs in Lowell. So really, wherever you live across the city, there is a family childcare program near you. Some people like to find a place near their home, or maybe near their work or along their commute. But like Lisa said at the beginning, really the goal is finding the right fit for you. Each of those 200 programs are unique. And so we really encourage you, if you're interested in family childcare, to talk to several that you can really find what's best for you and for your child.
Should I change the slide?
Sure. Jackie, do you want to take the next slide?
Sure. So our programs may have a great flexibility in hours. So you'll be able to work with providers. For some parents, they will want to go early in the morning, and sometimes they have to pick up late in the afternoon. So that's always can be workable with the providers. So that's always a great flexibility you have. Most of our educators speak 2 or more languages, and each program is unique. I heard Debbie talking about curriculum assessment, and those are all great things that our providers have to offer for our parents. We also have a mixed age group, so our providers can have infants and up to school age, but they're very capable of managing that. And then a lower caregivers to ratio, so that means only 1 provider for 6 children, or 2 providers for 10 children. So it's that very good low ratio. So they can give you that one-on-one that sometimes the children need.
Thank you. Who's this?
Sure, Margaret, do you want to take this slide here? And then you can do the last one too.
Oh, thank you, Lucas. I'm happy to. Pharmaceutical Systems are a multi-support organizations that work with family childcare educators. So if you as a parent enroll your child with a family childcare educator who is contracted or affiliated with a family childcare system, that educator has the support system of our network to provide professional development. We provide curriculum. We actually provide the ASQ assessments and the progress reports that were referred to earlier. And many of us also provide transportation services. And many of us are involved with the food programs so that your children receive nutritious meals. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship for the educators to be part of a system where we can help to manage the referrals and the placements and help you as parents to know that you are working with an educator who has a great support network behind her. We typically, each of us have professional development hours of up to 60 hours per year. We do monthly meetings, business meetings, professional development, coaching, compliance and mentoring. And as Lucas has indicated here, most importantly, we can really help with navigating the relationship and the expectations and helping you as a parent and the educator to really build that trusting relationship. And we also work with the Department of Early Education and Care to navigate subsidies that parents might be eligible for that you may not even know about. So Thank you.
Thank you so much, Margaret. So,
And then just,
go ahead.
oh, sorry. I was just going to say on that one, you know, we, between the three of us, you know, we represent multiple of these organizations. We all, you know, work with multiple family child care providers across the city. If you have questions, want to learn more about family child care, or as Margaret, you know, said about subsidies, you know, that may be available, you're welcome to contact and call any of these organizations. Any and all of us would be happy to help you out and navigate, you know, any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Lucas. So I know Girls Inc. is here and the Y is here, and I believe CTI is here. So we wanted to provide an opportunity for some of the after-school programs to talk. So I think I'll kick it off with Girls Inc. and then you can pass it along.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm the Outreach Director here at Girls Inc. of Greater Lowell. Right now, we are providing virtual learning support during the day, and we will have openings for enrollment starting in April for after school. We also are providing summer camp opportunities and enrollment. What we really do is we provide programs to girls ages 5 through 18 and promoting them to be strong, smart, and bold. Like I said, we are providing a virtual learning opportunity to help parents right now while the kids are still in school virtually. But starting in April, we will have enrollment openings, and we will be providing our after-school programming.
Great, thank you. YMCA, do you want to go, Deb?
Well, that would be the school age program, which they're not here, but I can speak for
Okay.
them, I guess. Right now, we are doing remote learning during the day, but we are doing before and after school programs. And those programs start at 7 and end at 6 p.m. at night. We will be doing summer care also. So that's another thing that people are looking for, but that's basically it for the before and after school program. But I do have, when you get to the next slide, Lisa, Nick is here from Camp Massapog.
Yes, we do. And is there anybody here from CTI? School age?
I didn't.
Summer camp programs, Camp Massapog.
Hi, how's it going? I'm Nick. I'm the director at Camp Massapog from the Greater Lowell Family YMCA. We've got an awesome program up and running for the summer. We're getting everything ready to go. We run for campers ages 5 through 15 with our CITs, our counselors in training, starting at 16. A whole bunch of different programs, all 100% outdoors. We have waterfront programs. We do lots of arts, team building games, sports, activities. Lots of time for the kids, especially so important these days to just get outside, run around, have fun with their friends, and just get that social play time away from the computer screens. It's so important. Yeah, we run before and after care for the camp as well. We're planning to this year if all the regulations hold firm. And that goes from 7 in the morning until 6 p.m. Want to make sure I have my times right. 6 p.m. We run before and after care at the camp, which is in Dunstable, and also at the Lowell YMCA. So lots of different opportunities for parents there.
Great. And Nicholas, if you have any kind of a flyer, if you email that to me, I can make sure to add your contact information to the group. Okay.
Yeah, I can certainly send you that. Thank you.
And then next year, I'll make sure that there's a contact information in here. Okay.
Sounds good.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So this is me. Lowell Public Schools is going to be beginning preschool registration on March 8th through 28th for next year. Children need to be 4 years old by September 1st to be eligible. They can visit our Lowell Public Schools webpage for more information. And our dates for kindergarten registration will be announced later in March. So just wanted to pass that along to you, and I will share some flyers that we're getting out into the community with the council moving forward. So funding for the program, we just want.
May I just add something, Lisa? My apologies.
Nope.
Jeffrey did put up the comment in the chat if everyone can see it. It's about accessing a form to provide your contact information. So that way, once you're in there, you will get all the updates regarding the registration process and certain particulars. So it is in the chat. There's a link.
Thank you.
Please access that.
Thank you, Susan. I can't see the chat anymore, so I really appreciate you monitoring it. Please, if there's other questions that come up, please.
I will be monitoring the chat. If you do have a question, I will gladly share it out.
Okay. So this is just some information about funding for programs. You can call Child Care Circuit if you need a voucher. Community Teamwork offers some financial assistance. For the coordinated family engagement programs, those are free, and you would reach out to Laura Valdez. The YMCA also has some scholarship programs, so feel free to reach out to them. You can also visit the Department of Early Education and Care's website. So this is their information. We gave you the links in here to search for programs. 211 is also a really great resource for families. I was provided today with some information from WIC that I will share out to our partners and people that are enrolling via email. I believe someone from WIC is on the call. Do you want to talk about your programs?
Hi, yes, this is Megan from WIC. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. Hi, everybody. So if you haven't heard of WIC before, it stands for Women, Infants, and Children, but it is for pregnant women, postpartum women up to 6 months if they are not breastfeeding, and up to 1 year postpartum if they are breastfeeding, and for any caregiver of a child under 5. So that could be auntie, grandma, mom, dad, whoever. We're a nutrition program, so we can provide you with free healthy foods every single month. On average, so it's around $70 value per child or woman on the program, which really adds up for a full year certification on the WIC program. We also provide free nutrition education from dietitians and nutritionists, and we also provide breastfeeding support classes, as well as Happiest Baby classes, which are all free. And the Happiest Baby classes are for new parents who want to get to know their baby and understand their behavior. And I will post the online application in the chat, and then someone would reach out to you within 24 hours to set up a virtual, a phone appointment to see if you qualify.
Great. I'm going to stop sharing and just open it up to some questions. Susan, do you want to start with the ones that are in the chat box? And I'll let you facilitate those questions since you've been looking at them.
Well, there is a comment for the YMCA Camp Massapog, and there is a link that if you would like to visit and learn more about that programming, that is in the chat as well. Additionally, there is for any pregnant woman and caregivers of children under 5 years old, the WIC nutrition program can provide you with free healthy food, nutrition, education, and breastfeeding support. And the link to learn more about those programs is in the chat as well. So far, there isn't any questions that were posted in the chat, but please feel comfortable to ask a question. If there's any additional information that you need, we'll gladly share that out.
Any questions out there?
I don't have a question, I'm sorry, but I didn't get to introduce myself. I'm Amanda from the Young Parent Support Program.
I'm sorry.
That's
Amanda,
okay.
That's why
I
we
know
wanted.
we're not in the education fields anyway, but we
Well,
definitely.
you are. We should have put you on the birth to 3. So
Thank you.
reach out to me tomorrow and we will add you. Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. So we basically are located in Chelmsford. We also serve Middlesex County, but strictly the Lowell area. We are a young parent support program. Our target population is 16 to 24. So some adolescents that are in the public school systems. Yeah, we just support our families with a non-judgmental free space. It's voluntary, not through health insurance, but we basically support moms and dads and parents who don't have custody of their children. Help support them with parenting skills, supporting just independency, healthy growth, but also self-sufficiency. We do home visiting, case management. We used to offer transportation prior to COVID, but right now we are just virtually seeing families. But yeah, we're definitely a great resource, so we would love to connect with you all as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Any other questions, comments?
I don't have any questions. I actually have the youngest one, Debbie. Luna said hi.
Hi.
Hi, Luna.
Thank you for that.
We just logged on just to see what was offered across the city. So we don't have any questions right now.
So were there more things or less things than you expected?
There are more things. I think for us, for planning for the future would be what opportunities are there before school? Because both of us have a really long commute for work whenever we do have to commute for work. And what opportunities are available after school. Just because I know the school day is usually what, is it 7:30 in Lowell or is it 8 o'clock school start?
It depends upon the school that you pick. Some of our schools, Susan's going to correct me on all of this, I guarantee. So I should probably just pass it over to Susan to give you the times because we have early schools, midday, and late. Susan, go for it.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I seem to say that all the time when people ask me about that. So I do know the timing. The earliest school in Lowell starts at 7:40 a.m. and that's the Greenouch. The Maury starts around the same time as well. So throughout the city, there are schools that do start at 7:40, 7:50, 8:30 is usually the middle time. So there's a wide variety. The later schools begin at 9:10 and end at 2:30. If it is an early school, they will start at 7:40 and end at 2 p.m. So there's a wide variety. And again, a lot of times depending on families' work schedule, families' ability to transport, and even access of where your child will go after school does impact the choice you make in regards to choosing.
And there are many children that enroll in multiple programs, meaning they might go to a preschool program and then a family child care or a school day program and then either a family child care or an after school program. So there's a lot of different options. Again, I just want to say it's really about the right fit for your family.
Yeah. Because I know when I was doing a little research, some of the family care say on their site that they do like before school. I don't know, how would the bus system work? Like, is it a central location? Is it like closer to their homes? How would that work? If there's going to be transportation.
Looks like Lucas wants to speak, and then Susan can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so and transportation is always a question in any of those family childcare agencies that the contact information up. We'd be happy to talk to you about that. We provide transportation for all of our school-age children, right? I mean, if you're dropping them off at the provider in the morning, you're not coming back an hour later to bring them to school. So we each operate essentially our own transportation company. Frequently for school-age children, what we're doing is picking them up from the provider and taking them to school, and picking them up from the school and bringing them back to the providers if they need that after school care. So transportation, I know it can be feels like a lot of trips for kids. but we are equipped to handle transportation. You know, and every organization is going to have sort of their own intake and eligibility process and whether or not there's fees associated with it or not. But like I said, we'd be happy to have that conversation and can really get into those specifics.
Margaret, did you want to add anything before Susan?
Oh, well, and Lucas said that perfectly. Thank you, Lucas. And I would encourage every parent to really reach out to us to question possibility of eligibility for income eligible subsidy. Income eligible subsidy assistance is for parents who are working or going to school, and is based on service eligibility. So often people think that to be eligible for a subsidy for childcare, it's more aligned with transitional assistance. That's not necessarily so. The subsidy for childcare is designed to help working parents go to work and receive some kind of supplemental assistance to pay for that childcare fee and pay for that transportation. So, and the state is currently revising the parent eligibility scale so that more parents will be eligible to qualify for the subsidized system. So I really encourage people to reach out and see if we can help you, not just with your needs for childcare, your needs for transportation, but also to evaluate if we can help you access some well-deserved support for that.
I know Lydia has a question in the chat.
Yes. Do the schools in Lowell offer after-school care such as extended day? Lowell Public Schools partners with agencies to provide after-school care. And again, they are located at specific schools, and those are, if you visit the Lowell Public Schools website, there is a listing of schools that do offer after-school care, but again, enrollment in those is based upon the program. So if you take a look at them, you can see which agency does run and facilitate those programmings.
And
Occur at LPS. However, they are run and overseen by our partner organizations.
And there's also 21st century extracurricular activities that occur at some of the schools, but it's not necessarily a child care. If you're working somewhere, but it does provide extracurricular activities.
Yes. There was another comment, and I think it's a valuable one. It was, would it be possible to receive a contact list for everyone? I'm seeing some opportunities for collaboration based upon the conversation. So that is definitely something that we can put together and share out.
We're actually in the process of redoing our resource guide. So we're happy to do that, and I can certainly share the contact list for people for this meeting. If people want to put it in their chat, it will also show up during the recording now. So if everybody types in their own contact information, it will be readily available. If you just put your name, your organization, phone number, and email, that would be really helpful. So please type those in so that on this recording, for people that are watching, they'll be able to see how to contact you. Any more questions from our soul family? Because I think the questions from families are really what the group wants. We did have 15 families sign up for today, so I don't know where they are. But I think those questions are really what what's going to resonate with people playing this video back. So please, if you have other questions, ask. We're not love to be able to answer them.
Can I respond to Luna's dad?
Yes.
Well, Luna is with us, and we do offer the before and after school care, and hopefully, once COVID is done, we used to have the school buses show up at the Y. So they would pick the children up there and then bring them back in the afternoon.
And bring them up. Okay.
I'm trying to do my wait time as a teacher. Okay, well,
I guess I'm also a teacher, so I'm thinking about questions that other people might have. I guess like fee-based, all right? So like the camp is a fee-based program, but there's also financial aid possibly available, Nicholas?
Yes. So Camp Massapog does offer a lot of financial aid for families. There's an application page on our website. And we do have different rates for members and non-members of the YMCA.
And the programs, the camps are week-long? I didn't catch that earlier.
So Camp Massapog is a day camp. It runs Monday to Friday. Our season starts on June 21st this year and ends on August 28th. And sign up is on a weekly basis.
Now, if families select multiple weeks for some reason, would the child have the same experience each week, or would it differ week to week?
They would get the option to do a lot of the same activities, but we try to keep the program fresh week to week. Each week has a different activity theme. Like some of ours this year are Ocean Adventure, Fantasy Quest, Jurassic Pog. So there's different activities that tie into those themes. And then for the campers that are there for multiple weeks throughout the summer, are the counselors and the activity specialists try to mix it up and keep it fresh and exciting for them every day.
We do have a question about transportation to camp.
There always is. So we do normally offer buses to camp from areas in the greater Lowell area. We weren't able to do that last year due to COVID regulations, but with schools getting buses back for the start of this year, it's looking better and better for us to have them for camp this year. So we're very hopeful. We just don't have a firm answer on that yet.
So I will get this posted, this presentation, and I'm going to ask that any of our partner organizations that would like to post this on their website, that you feel free to do that as well as having us posted on Lowell Public Schools website, because people will then have better access to all of the rich information that you have all provided here tonight. And I think that's really the best way. Again, we're all in the same boat. We're trying to let people know what their choices are. It's more difficult to do this virtually. And I think families are zoomed out, honestly, at the end of the day. I think they have all intentions of participating, and, kudos again to the families that are with us tonight. It really shows your strong commitment to your parenting and to your community. So I just really want to acknowledge the families that are with us, because it really does show your commitment. And for all of us, that our parents that are doing this for work, we kudos to you too, because we're all really trying to just, work together as one community in Lowell to really make sure that all children get what they need. So I can't thank you enough for making time to be here tonight. And again, I'm grateful, and anything that the council can do to help. And again, I'm going to just acknowledge Deb Dobbins and Tracy Looney for their help in developing the presentation tonight and really working with me on the learning committee to make this happen. So thank you, Deb. Thank you, Tracy, who's not here, but thank you, Tracy.
I'm new.
You're welcome.
To Lowell, and I think this is great to be able to have everybody on one screen, and rather than doing separate Zooms, which an awesome idea. Hopefully you'll get more in the future, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yep, you got to start somewhere. So it was a success. We pulled it off. So again, I thank you all so much for your time today. Thank you.
You're welcome, Lisa. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.